Hello, welcome to Forder Elementary, home of the Falcons. Here we strive to make sure that every child is successful, not only academically, but also in regards to their behavior and also their relationships with students and with teachers. Here we are a PBIS school, and what we do is we have things in place to support students to make good choices. So what we have is we talk often about following the Forder 5 of being responsible, respectful, cooperative, kind, and safe.
What are the Forder 5? At Forder Elementary, we follow the Forder 5: be responsible, respectful, cooperative, kind, and safe.
What is our universal signal? When an adult needs to give your attention, they will raise their hand and ask you to give me 5. When an adult does this, you should stop talking immediately. Going to a level 0 voice. Raise your hand and put your eye on the person who is talking.
What is a Falcon ticket? A Falcon ticket is a blue ticket you might get from an adult or for following the Forder 5. You collect the Falcon tickets in your classroom. When your class gets 100 tickets, they can remove a giant Falcon ticket from the poster in the Commons. The ticket is placed under the chart for that classroom. When all the tickets are taken off the poster, our school gets to have the reward shown in the picture for everyone.
Kafuli stands for keep hands, feet, and other objects to yourself. We follow the rules of Kafuli so everyone is responsible and respectful.
What are our voice levels at Forder? Our voice levels are 0, which means no talking at all. Level 1, which means only the person next to you can hear you, like a whisper. Level 2 means only the people sitting at your table or the desk next to you can hear you. Level 3 means you are talking loud enough that the whole group or class can hear you. We only use a voice above level 3 when we are outside at recess.
What is a behavior note? A behavior note is a note that an adult fills out when they have to talk to you about your behavior. The adult sends a copy home with you so your parents can see it. The note is used to let your family know when you were not following the Forder 5, but it was not serious enough that you needed to see Mr. Clark. A behavior note lets us know what our mistake was so that we can fix it.
What is an office discipline referral or an ODR? An office discipline referral is a form that is filled out when a serious behavior occurs or you keep doing something that you had already gotten a behavior note for in the past. When you get an office discipline referral, you have to go see Mr. Clark in the office. He might talk to you, call your parents, or you might have to have an in-school suspension or an out-of-school suspension. The consequence you get depends on what behavior you did. A copy of this form goes home to your parents. If you get in-school suspension, you have to work in the office all day away from your class. If you get out-of-school suspension, you cannot come to school for the day.
What time does school start? School starts at 8:50. You can come into school at 8:30 if you are being dropped off or want to eat breakfast. The first bell rings at 8:40. This bell means you can go into your classroom. The second bell rings at 8:50. This bell means we are starting the day. If you come to school after this bell, you have to have a parent sign you in at the office. The office will give you a tardy slip to give to your teacher.
Arrival by car. When you get out of your car, walk into the building and wait in the hall by your grade level sign. If they have already called kids to breakfast, you can go straight to the cafeteria. If the first bell has already rung, you go straight to class. You can come to school at 8:30. Arrival hallway. If you are dropped off before the first bell rings, you wait in the hallway by the office near your grade level sign. You should be at level 0 or level 1 voice so you do not disturb the secretaries in the office. When the bell rings, walk safely in the direction to your classroom. If your classroom is upstairs, you use the stairway by the front door. If you are on the first floor, you can walk down the first floor hallway to your classroom.
Arrival by bus. Stay on the bus until the second bell rings. Then you go straight to class. If you are eating breakfast, get off on the bus when it stops at the curb. And the bus driver says breakfast. If you are not eating breakfast, stay on the bus. When the bell rings, you go in the front door and go directly to your classroom. If your classroom is upstairs, you go use the stairway by the front door. If you are on the first floor, you can walk down the first floor hallway to your classroom.
Breakfast. Breakfast starts at 8:30. If you are getting dropped off, you need to come to school at 8:30 so you have time to eat. When you enter the cafeteria, there are 2 lines, one on each side of the table trays. Pick up a tray and spork. Take a fruit, 1 main item, and a milk or juice. If you choose cereal for your main item, you must take a piece of toast too. You must have at least 3 items on your tray. Punch in your number with the cashier and then sit down quickly. There should only be 3 people on a bench, 6 people at a table. You can talk to the people at your table until the first bell rings. When the first bell rings, the lights are turned off and you use a level 0 voice. This is 10-minute warning. When the second bell rings, you must leave and go straight to class. If you arrive after the first bell, you may have to take your tray to your classroom. Come early so you have plenty time to eat.
And then let's do the Forder Pledge. We're Forder and we know it. We really want to show it. The Forder family. Da-na-na-na. 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 Be responsible, respectful, cooperative and kind. Be safe and use your mind. The Forder family. Da-na-na-na. All right, excellent. Great way to start off the day.
Bathroom procedures. When you are going to use the bathroom, you will see a number outside the bathroom. The door on the hallway, this is the number of people who can be in the bathroom at one time. Do not go in the bathroom if there are that number of people in the bathroom. You may wait outside the bathroom on the 3rd square with a level 0 voice until someone comes out and it's your turn to go in. When you go in the bathroom, go directly to a stall or urinal and use the bathroom. Your voice should be at a level 0. When you are finished using the bathroom, flush the toilet. After you have flushed the toilet, wash your hands using 2 pumps of soap only. Turn off the water when you finish washing your hands. Your voice is still at a level 0. Use 2 paper towels or press the hand dryer button once to dry your hands. Your voice is still at level 0. Leave the bathroom immediately and walk quietly back to class.
Hallway. When you are in the hallway, you walk on the 3rd square with a level 0 voice and hands by your side, facing forward, following the rules of Kafudi. Your hands should not be touching the walls. When you are going to recess, you need to use a level 0 voice until you exit the building so you do not disturb other classrooms.
Office. If you are asked to take something to the office, you walk using a level 0 voice on the 3rd square. Your hand should be holding whatever you are bringing to the office or by your side. They should not be touching the walls or others. When you arrive in the office, wait at the counter for a secretary to speak to. Then you can approach the secretary to tell her what you need. If you are dropping an envelope, put it in the basket and return to class immediately.
inside recess. Sometimes we have inside recess. When we have inside recess, you will stay in your classroom unless an adult directs you to go to a different classroom. Your teacher should have some games and activities that they give you permission to do during inside recess. You should only use those things your teacher gives you permission to use. You should be seated at desks or on the floor when you are inside for recess in groups of 4 or less students. If you are playing a game, you should decide on the rules before you start the game and keep the same rules the whole time you are playing the game. If an adult gives you directions, you should follow them immediately. At all times, your voice should be at level 1, and you should be following the rule of Kafudi. When recess is almost over, an adult will give you a 5-minute warning. This means you should put away whatever game or materials you were using and clean up what you were playing so you can be ready to line up for lunch. When the adult asks you to line up, you should walk to the line and use a level 0 voice, facing forward with your hands by your side. As the adult walks you to the cafeteria, you should be following the hallway procedure.
Recess. If you are going outside to recess, you should follow the hallway procedure, walking on the 3rd square. Hands at your side with a level 0 voice until you exit the building. When you are outside at recess, you should use each piece of equipment the right way. If you are playing a game like Foursquare or kickball, you should decide on the rules before you start the game and keep the same rules the whole time you are playing the game. When the recess aides blow the whistle, you should line up with your class, standing facing forward with your hands at your side. Your voice should be at a level 0. When everyone is at a level 0, facing forward with hands at their sides, the recess aides will take you into the building for lunch. You should have a level 0 voice as you walk in the building and walk through the commons.
Cafeteria lunch. The recess aides will bring you to the cafeteria for lunch. You should be walking through the commons with a level 0 voice and your hands by your side. When you enter the cafeteria, you should take 1 pump of hand sanitizer and clean your hands. If you brought your lunch, you may pick it up from the basket and go sit at your grade level table. If you are buying lunch, you should form 2 lines, 1 on each side of your tray table. Take a tray and a spork. You can have 5 items for lunch. You must take at least 3 items, including an entree, fruit, vegetable, juice, or milk. Punch in your number to check out with the cashier, then go sit at your grade level tables. There should only be 3 people on 1 bench, 6 people at 1 table. If you want extra food, raise your hand and ask an adult if you can get extras. You must have extra money in your lunch account to get extras. When you are at your table, you may talk with the people at your table unless an adult tells you to stop talking. If an adult turns off the light, that means you go to level 0 voice immediately. As long as the light is off, your voice should be at level 0. The adults will tell you when it is time to line up and take your tray to recycle. You can raise your hand if you need help from an adult. When lunch is over, an adult will dismiss your class to line up. You will walk to the spot where your class lines up and stand at level 0 voice with your hands by your side facing forward.
Dismissal. If you are riding the bus, you will wait with your teacher in your classroom until your floor is dismissed. The first announcement will be for classrooms on the first floor to walk to the buses. The second announcement will be for the classrooms on the second floor to walk to the buses. You should face forward following the rules of Kafudi as you walk in the hall and exit the building. You should walk on the sidewalk until you are across from your bus. Then you should walk across the parking lot to the door of your bus. Your bus driver will give you instructions about what to do once you are on the bus. If you are going to Y Care, you will leave your classroom when the gym pickup students are dismissed. If you are gym pickup, you will follow the gym pickup procedure.
Gym pickup. If you are being picked up from the gym after school, you should leave your classroom to go to the gym. When the office dismisses students who are being picked up
to go to the gym. You will leave your classroom and walk immediately to the gym following the rules of graffiti. When you enter the gym, you will walk to the area where your grade level waits. You will sit near the number for your grade level using a level 1 voice. If it gets too loud, the adult on duty may ask for you to use a level 0 voice. When your name is called, you will meet the person picking you up at the door.
Assembly. When we have an assembly, you will come to the gym following our hallway procedure, walking facing forward at a level 0 voice, following the rule of Kafuti. Your teacher will direct you where to sit in the gym. You will sit together as a class in a line. You will use a level 0 voice and sit crisscross on the floor. You should not sit on your knees because the people behind you will not be able to see. An adult will ask you to give me 5 if they need your attention. We should clap for our guests when the assembly is over. You will watch your teacher for directions when the assembly is over. You should stay seated with a level 0 voice until your teacher gives you the signal to stand and leave. You should exit the gym quietly following our hallway procedure.